everybody. I just downloaded a voice recording app here on my phone because I just wanted to say whatever just comes out of my mind about this particular topic, because this has been on my heart to talk about for a long time. I don't know what's up with churches here, specifically in Boston, or maybe it's churches everywhere that are like this, but with the churches I've been looking at and viewing and going to for my 1 year and a bit of me being here for school, it's just that I feel so alone in those churches. Like, there's no sense of community unless I join a community group where it's not in church that you're meeting, it's outside of church on a weekend or weekday that you meet up to study the Bible and to interact with one another. Why can't that happen at church too? Why is it that people come in with their friends or their family that they've already made from before and they just talk to each other, and then after the service they leave? Like, there's no sense of community. The only sense of community or welcomeness is when perhaps the pastor says, hey, turn around and greet someone behind you or someone next to you, and then you do that, and 4 times out of 10 the people whose hands you shake, they're friendly enough to not just say, oh, hi, my name is this, it's nice to meet you. Like, they're like, oh, hi, my name is this, you have a really cool name, I go to this school, what school do you go to? Oh, I know that place, it's down the street from me. Where do you live? Or how's your walk with God been? Like, how many did I say? I think I said 2. 2 out of the 10 people one may shake hands with at church when obliged to are more welcoming than everyone else in church. Like, as soon as I get to church, am I just supposed to be like the outgoing one? I came to church to be fed of God's word and to worship with my brethren, but how can I call them my brethren when as soon as I leave the church they'll forget my name? I don't know. I think it's because when I was back home, I've been to a church where it was my family and all my friends, like my childhood friends, and we all are close. Some people I'm more closer than with others, obviously, but they're still all my family and my family friends. But I guess it's such a shock here where you go to church and if you don't know anyone, then you just go in there. Maybe you'll have a couple encounters with the church staff. Maybe you'll have a nice encounter with someone who's gone to the church already. But that'll just be it. You go in there, you worship and pray, and then you listen to the sermon, and then you go, basically. And I don't know, I don't think that's right, but there's no other way to change it, because I think as people we're so used to ourselves and like our own group of people that talking to others is such a rare thing to do, I guess. Like, bringing other people into our circle is such a rare thing. It's like me, the newcomer, has to reach out to you before then you reach out to me. Which is weird. Last year I went to this one particular church. It's a collaboration church. The 2 churches met together. They met together over the summer, and then that year they decided that they should continue meeting together. And I've been to that church probably every other Sunday. I'd say I probably had up to 10 encounters with people and no follow-up. I may recognize them when I go to church. When I go to that same church, I may recognize them, but nothing else. And interesting, because you'd expect that if you go to a church more than 10 times, maybe you would meet someone, but not just meet someone, but meet someone and befriend them and have them follow up with you, but it's just that going to church, basically the point of this is going to church is not enough. You have to find a community group, a group of people that don't just meet in church, but meet outside of church during the weekdays or on a Saturday. And it's very, very interesting. I wish it didn't have to be like that. I wish you could just go into a church and everyone would just be welcoming of you and you would instantly have a community as soon as we go in. I feel like as Christians, there's like one common denominator that, oh yeah, you're a Christian. Therefore, I don't know, maybe we can, from that basis and from that first point, then we can build our friendship from there. But it's just, oh, you're a Christian, that's nice, and then that's it. I don't know, there's more to me than just a new face in church. I met someone at church today that goes to school near me. She goes to Berkeley, and I guess that interaction triggered this conversation because she said that she used to just go to church, and it wasn't until she met a community group that people started to be, I guess, more welcoming. I guess that's how I heard it from what she said. Maybe us as Christians don't have the capacity or space to just be giving out ourselves to each and every newcomer that comes in, but I don't know, at least one person should be able to follow up. Like at the church I went to today, they asked me to fill out this newcomer card, and the lady said that someone will be in contact with me soon to follow up with me on that. But it's like, why wouldn't you be the one who would contact me to follow me up on that? Okay, here's what happened. The meeting started at 10:15, but I left the house at 10:05, and it's about a half an hour walk from my house. And so I got there around 10:45, and then the two ladies there in front said, well, you're really early for our 11:15 meeting. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they had a really nice conversation with both of them about school, about different experiences, and it was great. And they also told me to fill out the newcomer card, and yeah, she said that someone will follow up with me according to the information on my card. It's like, well, why can't you be the one who follows up with me? I just had a great conversation with you about school, about my life, about me being in Boston. Like, what do you mean? I don't think I will ever see or interact with those two women ever again. Not to be so bold as to say something like that, but like, I guess with everyone here, it's just between them and God, and other interactions are made in community groups or in small groups. I don't know, I wish it wasn't this way, but it is. And the only way, well, there are two ways. I can either still just worship, I guess, to myself, or I could do that and also join a small group. And then from there, that's when I get plugged in, and that's when I get to know people at church and have a community. This community just starts off with me reaching out to others, and then they also reach out to me. Because I think that before, people in the church have reached out to so many people, and all those people except a couple have turned them down. I don't think the churches have the mental capacity to be doing that again, because we're human beings, and following up with so many people is hard, I guess, which is why they would have some specific people in church to do that anyways. Irrelevant, but yeah.